Samsung make the best displays in the industry. Well, here's an app that makes your display even better. Welcome back to SamMobile TV. You're here with Daniel. And Samsung have kind of got here in beta now in Good Lock, Display Assistant. It's been around or floating around for a while now, but now that it's got it here in Good Lock, it's got beta next to it, we thought we'd take a look at what it does and show you how to use it. So let's dive into it and take a look at the menu options that you're presented with. So you've got apps, screen timeout, you've got keep screen on, brightness limit profile, adaptive brightness options, standard refresh rate apps, and screen curtain. So let's go through each of these and see what they do. Starting with apps screen timeout. Set screen timeout for each app. And then you click on it, you can choose a different screen timeout for each app. So Samsung by default will have a screen timeout just natively for the whole display. It's in the settings, underneath display, if I can find it, display, you've got here screen timeout. Now I've set mine to 10 minutes because doing YouTube, you kind of need the screen on. But you shouldn't have it set to that yourself. You should have it probably set to 30 seconds. And maybe whilst you're in here, turn on keep screen on while viewing, because at least while your eyes are looking at it, it will stay on. But some apps you might want to extend out longer for screen timeout. In here, you hit the plus icon and you can go through and select those apps that you want to stay on and not time out quicker than the default that you've set. So any app that you add in here, so if you're a Snapchat fiend or if you're a messaging fiend, you can add both of those in and then you can set the timeout relative to those apps. So if you want them to be shorter, you can make them 5 minutes. And you can also have auto dim turned on as well. So after a period of time, they'll dim down but not turn off. That's cool. Hit done. Those apps are now there, and they've even got little headings for each app, the categories, I should say. Neat. Next one there is keep screen on. So this one here is a toggle where you can have to set notifications and to be allowed in permissions. And then in here, you can add a quick settings button. So that way, anytime you want the screen to stay on for 30 minutes, you can go on, turn that toggle on, and the screen will stay on for 30 minutes. It has some conditions that it won't do that. So keep screen on will immediately be turned off when the screen is off. Device is turned off and rebooted, or the battery is below 15%. Other than that, that's all that does. Again, if you want to just keep it on for 30 minutes and force it, come in here, add the toggle, and then it's in the quick panel anytime you need it. Next one is brightness limit profile. So this is where you can change the limit of the brightness depending on the conditions that the phone is in. So you've got standard, so at high temperatures, it'll limit the brightness, or you've got light. I think it should be the other way around, but anyway, brightness can be kept up at high temperatures, but the device will cool down a lot slower. So the way this works is, especially in hot conditions like where we are in Australia, this could be a really good one to keep on. The device might heat up, but the brightness will stay high, which I prefer. So that's one you can definitely turn on and activate. We then have adaptive brightness options. So this one here is just the speed where the adaptive brightness will change. So it's got here by default 1 times, but you can have it up to 4 times. So depending on how fast the environment changes, it will change fast as well. Now, I've been a big advocate of adaptive brightness in recent times because I like the fact that it actually will adapt to your environment that you're in. But you can also manually override and then it'll learn those usage patterns yourself. But there's also an option to reset those usage patterns. So if you change environments, like maybe move to a colder climate or one that's a bit darker or the conditions change, you can reset the usage patterns and you have the option to go in here and do that. But it'll just start again. So just be wary of that if you don't want it to change, well, just don't use it. Let's set that 2 times. We then got standard refresh rate apps. So this is where you can extend the battery life by applying a standard refresh rate for each app. So if you go in here, as opposed to it being that fluid 1 to 120 hertz, you can go in and choose maybe Canva that maybe doesn't need 120 hertz refresh rate because it's a thumbnail or sort of graphic design app. You can add that in and that will just use at 60 hertz, which means it's not adapting the refresh rate all the time. Every time you use the display, it's just going to use that app at 60. So you can go in and choose any of the apps. And again, they've got the categories as headings. So you can go in and make those changes should you need to. And the last one is called Screen Curtain. It says here, extend battery life by applying screen curtain mode when operation is maintained for a long time without viewing the screen. Well, what is screen curtain first? If we go in here, again, you need to enable the notification for display assistant, allow, and screen curtain mode puts the screen in a doze state when the app operates for a long time. So it's not available during calls, playing games, or whilst on YouTube. And again, there's a quick settings button, or you can double press the side button, which I'm not going to do because I like the camera for that. But the quick panel version, when you go in here, you hit screen curtain, and it does this. If you've ever used Smart View before, it's very similar to that. And you just double press or double tap the screen, and the screen comes back on. So if it kind of operates for a long time, it'll time itself out, and then the doze state will be there. It's pretty neat. I imagine maybe podcasting or something like that might be good for that. But that's where you turn it on, and that's what it does. And that is Display Assistant. So there's some comprehensive stuff in there that I think a lot of you will find interesting. Just helps you tune the display to a little bit more to professional standard, or your sort of curated standard, I should say. And it makes the excellent display on Samsung's even better. Find it in Good Lock. Good Lock is here. Display Assistant in beta will be in there. And hopefully some of those features come out of Good Lock and into the full version of One UI eventually, because that is what Good Lock does. Let me know any other Good Lock modules you'd like us to cover. We have covered quite a few of them now. You can go through and find them on the channel. Hit subscribe to SamMobile TV for more One UI 8 coverage. Go check out our website as well. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks.